Thank God it's Friday. Thank heavens we're back. It's the LA Cinema Film Quiz. I'm your host with yet another comeback. The LA Cinema Film Quiz. Oh, that's always too loud. Good evening, all. Good to see you all. We've obviously got the live chat window. We'll be here every week, live 8:30 with the film quiz. When you get the chance, do introduce yourselves. And we slightly had a little bit of a revamp, a rethink, and you could say a little bit of a refresh. I need to be on my wits and a little bit on the ball. All the quizzes previously, I've been your solo host, but now I have company. He's going to introduce himself. First there was one, now there's two. Good evening.
Hello, my name's Dave. You will probably know me as Dave Films 345, and I'm here with James this evening, co-hosting with him. It's nice to be here. Thanks, James.
Good to see you, Dave. Thanks a lot. Nice to have some company, although we might be in trouble. Who knows? The police might be around a little bit later, but I won't say any more on that subject. Good evening, all. We've got the live chat window, so don't forget to introduce yourselves. We'll start the quiz in just a moment and just talk a little bit about the format for the evening. Okay, so just to whet your appetite, we'll read out the rounds. So the film quiz tonight consists of 5 rounds. There'll be a total of 50 questions. It's all good fun. We're just doing this to test your film knowledge, and I hope you enjoy the evening. The answers will be revealed at the end. Here are the rounds. Round 1.
Round 1 is British film.
So British cinema for round 1. Then we move on to some audio excerpts. We're going to be playing you some famous Oscar acceptance speeches.
Round number 3 is Oliver Stone round, films of Oliver Stone.
Number 4, we're going to be looking at music, theme-related round, looking at music in film.
And round number 5, which is the last round, it's picture round, and it's Before They Were Famous, which I'm looking forward to.
Should be good. We got some photos that Dave's conjured up. So, yeah, first time we've done a photo round. So.
Yeah, lots of 10 movie stars before they were famous. I hope you see if you can get them.
Okay, so the structure tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Oscars, and I'm going to be talking very briefly about Nomadland and my opinion on the film, and ask you if you've seen it, and a little bit about the Oscars this year, which obviously a lot of the films were only available on the streaming platforms.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Oscars. I've been a bit lazy.
This
and
time.
I haven't seen Nomadland either, so that's one I can't comment on. I'm afraid
it's hard at the moment, and obviously our debate, we're going to be talking about, Dave and myself, we're going to be talking about cinemas reopening in the UK May the 17th.
That's right, yeah.
And a discussion on the future of cinema. We've both got our own opinions, which I would say are quite similar, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So we'll talk a bit about that later, and also talking about musical films. Dave has a favourite. I prefer documentaries. You prefer?
I just prefer real films on, music. I say musicals, but like films on how I don't know, different kind of sort of artists and stuff. Films based on like Eminem and NWA, things like that. And they did Bohemian Rhapsody about Freddie Mercury, things like that. And I do like my documentaries, but I do like the others as well. So
okay, so we'll be talking a bit about musical interpretation films a bit later. So got a few people in the room at the moment. Good evening to Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. All right.
Shirley as well.
Hi, Shirley.
A couple of regulars, and I hope you enjoy the evening. The only thing I will say is not to write your answers in the chat window, because everyone will see them. And at the end, we'll reveal the answers and see how you got on, tot up your scores, and we'll see if you were top of the class or maybe not so good.
So we've got Jay. Good evening, Jay and Jack. He says hello as well.
A couple more regulars. I do know Jay, a big fan of his Italian films. We won't say any more on that subject. Okay, we're going to go with the first round, everyone. You all ready?
So round one is all about British cinema. I'll be asking you 10 questions on British cinema, and this is a 2-point question. So I'll start from the first, and here we go. So in which 2 cities are the film Trainspotting set? And for a bonus point, can you name the director? So Trainspotting, in which 2 cities are the film Trainspotting set? And for a bonus point, can you name the director? Trainspotting came out in 96. I saw that in the cinema. Really, really good film. Love it. Really, have you seen Trainspotting?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the sequel as well, which I wasn't so keen on. But
it wasn't as good as the first one, was it?
It got good reviews, in fairness, when it came out. But yeah, it was. I didn't think it was. It didn't quite have the same impact.
No. So, question number 2. So, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is a 1991 film directed by Kevin Reynolds and stars Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, and an excellent variety of actors and actresses. But can you name the medieval city where Locksley Castle is set? And for an extra point, can you name the actual castle? So that's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is a 1991 film directed by Kevin Reynolds and stars Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, and an excellent variety of actors and actresses. Can you name the medieval city where Locksley Castle is set? And for an extra point, can you name the actual castle? Good film, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I remember seeing this when it came out of the cinema.
Yeah.
It only seems like yesterday. And of course, the Bryan Adams song was
16 weeks on it, number 1.
16 weeks. Crazy,
16 weeks. So we go to question number 3. In which British film would you find Brian Glover playing chess with Rick Mayall? And can you tell me who directed the movie? So again, I'll repeat number 3. In which British film would you find Brian Glover playing chess with Rick Mayall? And can you tell me who directed the movie? Question number 4. Which British film has rivals with scooters and motorbikes? And can you name the famous seaside resort where the second half of the film takes place? And I'll repeat this one again. Which British film has rivals with scooters and motorbikes? And can you name the famous seaside resort where the second half of the film takes place? Brilliant film, this.
Do you know what? I've never seen this film, but the band, you obviously were a famous composer from a famous mob band. That's giving away more clues. Really like their music. I've seen them live a couple of times. Always good.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. To give a clue, if they can, I've seen them at the City Ground.
Yeah, they did play it, didn't they?
They did play at the City Ground. They brought out like a DVD, I think, as well. I think I got it somewhere.
Okay.
Right, so we go to question number 5. In 1995, 3 men were shot dead in a Range Rover in Essex. Can you name the 2007 film that was made about the murders? And for an extra point, can you tell me the name of the director? So I'll repeat number 5 again. In 1995, 3 men were shot dead in a Range Rover in Essex. Can you name the 2007 film that was made about the murders? And for an extra point, can you tell me the name of the director?
Tricky one, that. The director, I wouldn't have a foggiest idea.
Have you seen the film?
Dave. No, I've not seen the film at all.
Okay. Do you know anything about the Essex Boys? Anybody heard of the Essex Boys? Yeah, it was a famous murder back in 95. Still controversial today of who shot them and things like that. So it was a bit. Actually, one of the guys who got done is being released from jail.
Okay.
Yeah, he's only just got out, but he claims that he never done it. So, but it's a big hoo-ha of all that kind of stuff. So, there we go. Okay, question number 6. Name the 2 main actors who starred in British film Hot Fuzz. And for an extra point, can you name both their character names? So this is question number 6. Can you name the 2 main actors who starred in the British film Hot Fuzz? And for an extra point, can you name their character names? Really good film, this. Another one I've seen in the cinema. Very funny. If you like, have you seen the film?
Do you know what? I've seen this film and you're going to slap me on the back of the head. I saw it a long time ago on DVD and I didn't enjoy this one at all.
Oh, no.
I didn't. No.
Top film.
Say no more. Move on swiftly.
We'll move on. Okay, question 7. Snatch was a 2000 film directed by Guy Ritchie. Name the actor who plays Bricktop. And for an extra point, name the famous group which had a song in the film called Fucking in the Bushes. So it's question 7 again. Snatch was a 2000 film directed by Guy Ritchie. Name the actor who plays Bricktop. And for an extra point, name the famous group which has a song in the film called Fucking in the Bushes. Snatch, brilliant film.
Do you know what? I've seen a few Guy Ritchie films. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrel, the first one. I've never seen this one. Never
Brilliant.
seen it.
The quotes on it are absolutely.
Do you know what? I'm trying to be careful and not say too much in case I'll reveal the answer to the question.
You could quote away, does it mean? Right, we'll go on to question number 8. Name the 2009 film which features a man who gets revenge on youths that killed his best friend in a subway. And for an extra point, name the British singer whose song was called End Credits. So that's question number 8 again. Name the 2009 film which features a man who gets revenge on youths that killed his best friend in a subway. And for an extra point, name the British singer whose song was called End Credits. Another good film. Have you seen this one or not?
Yeah, I saw this one. Yeah, I saw this one at the cinema. But I can't believe this 2009 again. It just time
flies, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Okay, we go on to question number 9 now. A Clockwork Orange is a 1971 film. Can you tell me why it was banned in the UK after its cinema run? And for an extra point, can you tell me the actor's name who plays Alex in the film? So that's question number 9 again. A Clockwork Orange is a 1971 film. Can you tell me why it was banned in the UK after its cinema run? And for an extra point, can you tell me the actor's name who plays Alex in the film? I did the locations of this, Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video that you put up on YouTube.
Yeah. It took a 3 days to film, that did.
And I remember you ringing the buzzer to get into the flat.
Yeah, I went to the flat, Alex's flat, and unfortunately we couldn't get in. The guy said, actually, he goes, you could come in, but I'm off to hospital. Like, come back tomorrow. I'm like, I'll go home tomorrow. So it's pretty good because he would have, I don't know whether he let us in or not. I don't know. I think he might have said that as a to tell us to bugger off.
I'm trying to think of the name of the place. It's Thamesmead, isn't it? A lot of it's
Thamesmead South, different parts of London. But Thamesmead South is where he pushes him into the water.
Yeah, and the underpass.
That's right.
The tramp beaten at the beginning.
That's right. That's right. So question number 10, last question of the round. Radio On is a 1979 film about a man who travels to London to which famous UK city to investigate his brother's death. For an extra point, name the director of the film. So question number 10 again. Radio On is a 1979 film about a man who travels from London to which famous UK city to investigate his brother's death. For an extra point, can you tell me the name of the director of the film? This is one film I haven't seen in quite. I've seen it, but not in a long, maybe once.
I'm glad you put in a question about this because I think this is a great British cult film, and it kind of brilliantly shows like the transformation of Britain in like the late 70s, early 80s.
It's black and white, wasn't it?
Yeah, black and white film. It uses a lot of music.
Mm.
I think Sting's in it in a scene, playing a kind of Eddie Cochran fan. He plays.
Maybe I can't remember. Like I said, I only seen it once.
Yeah, I think he plays a song on an acoustic. So we started off with the first 10 questions, which was British cinema. Dave came up with the questions this evening. If you need any repeating, just let us know any of the questions, 1 to 10. If you missed any, we can repeat them back for you. And how did you fare for this round? Are you up on your British cinema, or maybe not so keen on your British film? I must admit, I do like British cinema. How did you fare for this opening round?
So we got Mr. Harlequin. He's an Essex boy. Didn't know that.
Okay.
Who else? With Jay Gibbs, I was on the set on Saturday. Okay.
Neil giving us a warning about bad language. We do apologise. I didn't know we said anything.
I think it was the Oasis one.
Oh, the Oasis track. Yeah. Beg your pardon. A slip of the tongue. How did everyone fare for this round? Do you need any repeating back at all? Let us know. And any predicted scores? Do you think you got a full house, or how did you fare for round
Number
one?
four. Number 4. Susan's asking for number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, yeah, number 4. So which British film has rivals with scooters and motorbikes? And name the famous seaside resort where the second half of the film takes place. I'll repeat that again for you, Susan. So but that's which British film has rivals with scooters and motorbikes? And name the famous seaside resort where the second half of the film takes place.
Anyone else need any repeating? And how did everyone fare? We got any predicted scores for the British cinema round? We're going to move on to our second round in just a minute. Another 10 questions. And this time we're going to go a little bit into the digital age. We're going to be playing you some audio clips. It's been award season, the Oscars recently, which I didn't see. I heard it didn't get particularly good reviews in the press. Number 5. Okay, question 5. What was number 5? Over to Dave.
So that's number 5. In 1995, 3 men were shot dead in a Range Rover in Essex. Can you name the 2007 film that was made about this murder? And for an extra point, can you tell me the name of the director?
I think Jack was asking for something in regard to the locations.
With Robin Hood, are you asking for the filming location? Yeah, so we're asking where the castle was actually set, which medieval city was a castle set.
Okay, we'll move on to round number 2. As I said, we're award season, the Oscars recently. And what we're going to do is we're going to play you some excerpts. They're audio ones. They're 10 Oscar acceptance speeches. I'm going to play you an excerpt and I'll ask you a question in relation to each. So here we go. Cue these ones up. See if you get any of these, Dave. These are quite interesting. They brought back some memories from yesteryear, the Academy Award ceremony. So number 1, I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue on these because they can be tricky. There's a couple of really hard ones that you might come unstuck on. But here's number 1. I want you to name the American director finally and deservedly winning his first Oscar. In my opinion, it was long overdue and for the wrong film. But here we go. Cue this one up. Hopefully you'll hear this loud and clear. Thanks everyone for tuning in this evening. I really appreciate it. Part of us was a little bit worried with the lockdown easing if we'd still have an audience.
Yeah, and now everything's sort of opening back up. Everybody's doing their own thing on a Friday night.
we thought you'd be at the pub this evening, and first time Dave's done this, he was a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Never gone live before on YouTube.
Always a first. Here we go. Clip number 1. The film director. Sound up. Here we go.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Could you double check the envelope? Thank you. So, I mean, I'm overwhelmed with this honor with the Academy, and also the honor of being presented by my old friends. We go back 37 years.
That would have been a big clue if I'd have let that one slip. Some of his old friends, some legendary directors presenting him with the award. But name this iconic American director who finally won his first Oscar. That was part of his acceptance speech. We're both big fans, aren't we?
Yeah.
Great filmmaker. Very prolific. Okay, we'll go with number 2 now. This is always the worst bit, Dave, queuing it up. Right. Another favourite of mine, an old Hollywood name. But number 2, name the American actor winning a Best Actor Oscar. Here's the clue. His performance in Save the Tiger. This goes back to 1974. Okay. We'll cue this one up for you. Big clue there for you. Here he is.
Well, I tell you, I had a speech prepared in 1959. I've forgotten it. If I took the time to thank all of the people, very honestly, that are responsible for this award, we'd be here much too long. But naturally, to Marty Ransohoff and Filmways and Paramount, I am deeply indebted for them letting me
Right.
even make this.
A very short excerpt there. A Hollywood legend, I'd say. Great actor. And a big clue. So I wanted you for number 2 to name the US actor. He's winning a Best Actor Oscar for his performance in the film Save the Tiger. This was from 1974.
Would never have got that.
You wouldn't have got this one?
No.
I think the film's a tricky one. It's not one of his most famous films, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, if I was paying this I wouldn't have got that one. I would have been like a no.
Number 3 now. We're going to come more up to date. Name the American actress now winning an Oscar in a lead role. Okay. Thought I was going to play the wrong clip then, Dave. I'd not even had a drink either.
Well, I'm on the Red Bull.
Oh,
What are you on, beer? No, you want
not
more?
yet, no.
I have such appreciation and gratitude for this. Oh, Russell Crowe said, "Don't cry if you get up there," and now I'm crying. Sorry.
Right. A female actress, Hollywood star. Not the best acceptance speech. She seemed a little bit nervous, but that was number 3. Name the US actress winning an Oscar in a lead role is your clue. We're now at number 4. 10 questions in this round. Now we move on to the honorary Oscar category, honoring a famous icon from 1972. Here's the acceptance speech, but please tell me, who is this? Very famous name. Someone who could have featured in the first round on British cinema. When's he going to talk? Bit of reverb.
Child, so feeble. I can only say that thank you for the honor of inviting me here. And oh, you're wonderful, sweet people. Thank you.
Okay, so that was an Oscar acceptance speech in 1972. Honoured to who? That was a little excerpt. I wouldn't even know that was him, to be honest. Number 5, we're halfway through. Here's your clue. Name the classic Hollywood actress winning again an honorary Oscar, this time more contemporary. This is in 2009. Let's cue this one up for you. Oddly, it was quite funny. The other day, my mum said she died the other day, and it came up on her Alexa. And I went, I thought she died 5 years ago. And she had died 5 years ago. So I don't know what my mum was thinking that day.
I've been very lucky in my life, probably luckier than I deserve, but to, at the age of 19, have been chosen by Howard Hawks to work in a film with a man named Humphrey Bogart. Didn't thrill me too much when I heard it. I thought, Bogart, God, these damn those guys.
Okay, so the Humphrey Bogart recognition is a massive clue on this one. I'd say pretty much a giveaway. So the clue was question 5. Name the classic Hollywood actress winning an Oscar, honorary Oscar, in 2009. Number 6. Name the actor winning an Oscar in 1992. We'll cue this one up for you. Here he is. The question is, who is it? Here we go.
My God, I can't believe it. This is really unexpected. It's a great honor to be here, especially with such great actors like Nick Nolte and Warren Beatty and Robin Williams, Robert De Niro. First of all, before I say that, I want to say hello to my mother. She's in Wales watching this on television with Eve and Jean.
I got to be honest, Dave, I don't think anyone's going to get this one wrong tonight.
No.
I think that's probably
The voice alone, it's just like you
and
knew that
the
was.
country name. Okay, so the clue was name the actor winning an Oscar back in the 90s.
I just struggled on this. I would have struggled on most of the questions on this.
Yeah, on this one.
Yeah, it's just when one of those rounds where I'll be like, probably like a 1.
If you think that some of these were hard, wait for this one. This is a tricky one. Number 7 to test you. Name the masterful filmmaker winning an Oscar, an honorary Oscar, in 1990. We've got to fast forward this a bit because there's a big prelogue about his films and his work. And here he goes. Here he is.
I am very deeply honored to receive such a wonderful prize.
しかし、果たして私がそれに値するかどうか、少し心配です。
But I have to ask whether I really deserve it. And I'm a little worried.
なぜなら、私はまだ映画がよく分かって。
That is very, very hard, I'd say. The clue is probably masterful filmmaker. We're talking about probably one of the greatest, most influential world cinema directors of all time. He'd be probably on my top 10 list of favorite directors. Here we go. More contemporary now. A female actress now winning an Oscar for a leading role. But who is it? Let's have a little listen. Who is she? Here we go. We'll cue this one up for you. Big applause.
Thank you so much. I read an article that said that winning an Oscar could lead to living 5 years longer. If that's true, I'd really like to thank the Academy because my husband is younger than me.
Here comes the fade out. Who is that actress accepting an Oscar for the lead actress category?
I used to like her.
I can see why you like her. Yeah, we're going to get ourselves into trouble, aren't we, in a minute? Yeah, very talented actress indeed. Us and our big mouths. Number 9. Who is accepting the best screenplay Oscar now? Difficult one for writing. A short excerpt here. Academy Awards ceremony. Who is accepting the best screenplay Oscar? Why aren't my boys in bed? I can hear my boys in the background. These kids go to bed later than us these days, don't they?
Thank you. I can't believe I'm standing here. Thank you. Thank you to the Academy for giving me this honor. Thank you to my dad for everything he taught me. Thank you to my brother Roman and all my friends who were there for me when I was stuck at 12 pages and encouraged me to keep writing.
Right, I was going to knock it off there because there was a big clue coming up next. So who's that person accepting a best screenplay Oscar? That's a hard one, I'd say. Last one, a leading Hollywood actor now, receiving his Oscar. The year was 1989. God, a long, long time ago. Well, it seems a long time ago, doesn't it? How old were you in 1989, Dave?
I would have been 14, 15, something like that. I can't remember. 14?
I was 8, I think. Frightening, isn't it? Right. Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm supposed to be jaded by this point. I'm very honored, and I thank the Academy for your support, and I also thank Tom Hanks and Max von Sydow and James Olmos and my good friend Gene Hackman for
We'll fade that one out just there. A 1989 leading man speech, winning the Best Actor award that night. That is the 10 for round number 2. Hard round, that one. Some tricky ones.
Yeah, like I said, I probably would have got one, maybe 2.
How did you, the audience, fare on that round? Let us know your predicted scores. And if you want me to play any back, let us know. We're going to take a little break from the quiz and just discuss a film review in just a minute before we move on. Just want to see how you all got on.
How's everybody getting on? What's your scores? The scores so far?
What's the scores on the board?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the round? I think it's always nice to kind of play some clips. And
yeah.
When you say 3, Jack, do you mean you want us to repeat number 3, or
have you got 3?
If you can let us know.
Mr. Harlequin, possible 8.
Dave was chatting about you earlier before we went live on the quiz, saying that you beat him all the time when he was.
He's very good, Mr. Harlequin. I give you that. Every time I come on, I was like, I'm gonna have to beat him. And you beat me by like 2 or 3. I'm so close, but yet so far.
Half a point, I think.
But I won it the last. I won it the last time, didn't I? When before the last one, I won the quiz, and I could never done that before.
You win it even more now. You know the answers. Rubbish score, Jack saying.
4. If I'm lucky, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Still very nervous, but you know.
I'm nervous. Always nervous. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a breather. Dave sadly hadn't seen this film, so I kind of feel a bit bad talking about it, but it's quite topical, obviously, because it won the Best Film BAFTA. It's just won the Academy Award. Do you know much about this Nomadland?
Not too much about it. No, not really. I haven't really read up about it, to be honest. I've seen the trailer. I can't remember, to be honest.
It's Frances McDormand, who works for the Coens all the time. But I'll give you a little synopsis of what it's about. I expect you all have heard about it. Some of you might have seen it. Unfortunately, with cinemas not open at the moment, it's only available on streaming platform. I think it's only on Disney Plus, which I find that odd. Disney Plus is showing a kind of adult film. It's about a woman in her 60s who, after losing everything in the Great Recession, embarks on a journey through the American West, living as a van-dwelling, modern-day nomad. hence the title Nomadland. Well, sadly, I had to watch this on this laptop, which doesn't give you a great cinema experience, but we'll talk about that later, about cinemas and technology. I thought this was a really good film, I got to be honest, and the thing I like about it is, like I like about most films that are about real life people, their experiences, and I kind of like the whole concept of this woman just living this nomad existence where she's got nothing, but she's quite content in her life because she's meeting new people, experiencing new life, encountering different characters, obviously working hard to make ends meet as well. She's kind of going from job to job. And I do like Frances McDormand. I think she's always top class. She's a great actress. She's good in everything she does. I struggle to think of her being bad in any film I've ever seen. So yeah, I put a definite thumbs up to Nomadland. Is it worthy of winning best film? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of award ceremonies. I wish they'd scrap them full stop, but that's personal opinion. Do we need to name a best film? Nah. But it's a good film. I recommend it. Have any of you seen Nomadland?
Could you repeat question, please?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry, we're jumping the gun a bit. So that was round 2, wasn't it? The Oscar speeches.
Question 7.
Questions 7 and 10 we can do. And if any of you have seen Nomadland, let us know on the chat window what you thought. What was the first one? 7, wasn't
Number
it?
7, that one, yeah.
This was the hardest one, I would say, wouldn't you, Dave?
Yeah.
He even brought his interpreter along.
I'd have never got that.
Right.
Don't understand what I'm saying myself sometimes, let alone listen to this dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I struggle with English as a first language.
Whether I really deserve it. And I'm a little worried.
This is 7.
なぜなら、私はまだ映画がよく分かっていない。
Because I don't feel that I understand cinema yet.
いや、その映画というものをまだしっかり掴んでいないような気がするからです。
The fade out.
Should have put for a bonus point. Can you tell me what he said?
or bonus point. Name the who's the interpreter.
Yeah.
Who I wouldn't know.
Translate what he said.
All I'll say is this filmmaker is prolific, great filmmaker, one of the all-time greats, no question about it. Suzanne said number 10, didn't she?
Yeah.
Number 10. Right, number 10 is, where am I? 2 minutes 17. Okay, so this was a lead actor, famous lead actor, winning an Oscar in 1989. Here he is accepting his speech, and he seems not particularly happy. I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm supposed to be jaded by this point. I'm very honored, and I thank the Academy for your support, and I also thank Tom Hanks and Max von Sydow and James Olmos and my good friend Gene Hackman for their wonderful work, even if they didn't.
Bit of name dropping there, some actors in the same category. Gene Hackman mentioned, I know they were very good friends. Okay, anyone else need any others repeating? That was the end of round 2, your Oscar acceptance speeches. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to move on now to the 3rd round. Dave's going to do this one.
Yep. So this 3rd round is Oliver Stone. I do like a bit of Oliver Stone. No bonus points in this round. So a point for each question. And we'll start with number 1. So, Oliver Stone. Which Oliver Stone film media coverage in the 90s? Sorry, I'll start again. I must mess that one up. Which Oliver Stone film made media coverage in the 1990s, which led to a home video delay by Warner Brothers in the UK? I'll repeat that again. Which Oliver Stone film made media coverage in the 90s, which led to a home video delay by Warner Brothers in the UK.
This was like the Clockwork Orange, wasn't it? The 90s.
Remember this? I was working at Virgin Megastores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
worked at Virgin Megastores in the 90s.
The first time I saw this film was on Channel 5.
Really?
Channel
Because Channel 5 showed it, and they showed the uncut version.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know what year that was. It must have been.
I think it was 1995.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 95, I think. Because there was up in arms about the film being shown. Loads of complaints and stuff.
I always thought it was a good film. I'd like to see it again and revisit it.
Now, question number 2. How many IMDb directing credits has Oliver Stone got on his CV? I'll repeat that question again. How many IMDb directing credits has Oliver Stone got on his CV?
That's a tricky one. Do we give him any leverage? Both. I don't know. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one. I probably wouldn't have got this one, to be fair. I do like Oliver Stone, but I'd have to have a blank. I would have had to have a blank guess.
I didn't even know he made this amount of product.
Yeah. We'll go to question number 3. Which Oliver Stone film features a Vietnam recruit that gets caught up in a battle of wills between two sergeants, one good and the other one evil? That's question number 3. Which Oliver Stone film features a Vietnam recruit that gets caught up in a battle of wills between two sergeants, one good and the other evil? Brilliant film, this. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it for like 20 years, I don't think. Maybe another one worth revisiting, see how it holds up.
So sometimes not recently, but sometimes when you watch a film the second time round, so a lot of people find it better than the first time they've seen it years ago. They go, I enjoyed it this time round better than the first. Okay, so number 4. Name Oliver Stone's film that won an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay in 1978. That's question number 4 again. Name Oliver Stone's film that won an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay in 1978. Okay, so we'll move on to question number 5. Character name Ron Kovic is a paralyzed Vietnam anti-war pro-human rights political activist in which Oliver Stone film? That's question number 5. Character name Ron Kovic is a paralyzed Vietnam anti-war and pro-human rights political activist in which Oliver Stone film? Question number 6. Which year was Oliver Stone born? That's question number 6 again. Which year was Oliver Stone born?
Another tricky question. I'd hazard a guess, but yeah, I wouldn't know this one.
This is a question that I picked out where I thought, I wonder if they'll get this one.
When I saw this question, I didn't know this at all.
So Oliver Stone was meant to direct a film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who was going to play a lead role of Patrick Bateman. Leo rejected the role to make The Beach, and Oliver Stone left the project also. What was the name of this 2000 film? So I'll repeat this question again. Number 7, Oliver Stone was meant to direct a film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who was going to play the lead role of Patrick Bateman. DiCaprio rejected the role to make The Beach, and Stone left the project also. What was the name of this 2000 film? Really good film, actually.
Do you know what? I hate
another one I've seen in cinema.
Another one I need to watch. I've never seen this film. I know a lot about it, but never seen it.
Question number 8. Oliver Stone is fluent in which widely spoken Latin language? I'll repeat question number 8. Oliver Stone is fluent in which widely spoken Latin language? Question number 9. Name the screenplay that Oliver Stone wrote for a famous 1983 movie directed by Brian De Palma. It's question number 9 again. Name the screenplay that Oliver Stone wrote for a famous 1983 movie directed by Brian De Palma. And question number 10, which is our last question. Oliver Stone has a cameo as a television announcer in which of his films starring Al Pacino and Dennis Quaid? I'll repeat question number 10. Oliver Stone has a cameo as a television announcer in which of his films starring Al Pacino and Dennis Quaid? You know, the last time I seen this film was on VHS, and I rented it out at the video shop.
It's funny you
I
mentioned.
haven't seen it since.
I saw this at the cinema. It's a long film. It's about 2.5, 3
Yeah.
hours long, I think. It's a little bit. It's not kind of hailed as one of his best films, but I thought it was a pretty decent film. Not seen it for a long time.
Well, that's the last time I seen it.
VHS, yeah, that goes back.
Could you repeat?
Oh, that was for the last round.
Oh,
wasn't
right.
it?
I guess the last round. Okay.
Okay, so 10 questions on Oliver Stone. What do you think of Oliver Stone?
I reckon he's pretty good. He's good. He's a good director.
Yeah, he's
made some really good films in his time.
Interesting guy as well. I think he served in Vietnam, didn't he?
He did. He's not. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I like him.
I like him that he's political as well. He's kind of made films about Vietnam.
Yeah.
The Kennedy assassination. He made what else has he done? All sorts, and he mainly a lot of them on Vietnam. Yeah, he's a good director. What does everyone else think?
And how did everyone get us? How did everyone get on this round? How did we do?
If you need any repeating, as usual, just shout out the number, and Dave will repeat the question for you.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Susan wants number 5 again. Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying tonight. That's the main thing. It's really nice, as I said, to see you all back for the quiz again. We've done so many of these over the 12 months. I've lost count now, many.
Okay, Susan, number 5. Character name, Ron Kovac, is a paralyzed Vietnam anti-war and pro-human rights political activist in which Oliver Stone film? I'll repeat that again. Character name, Ron Kovac, is a paralyzed Vietnam War and pro-human rights political activist in which Oliver Stone film?
See how you got on. Some predicted scores, hopefully. The only thing I was going to say on the...
Repeat number 6. Mr. Harlequin wants number 6.
Should we let him? He normally comes top of the... Should we repeat this one? Go on then, Dave.
Number 6 for you, Mr. Harlequin. Which year was Oliver Stone born? And that's which year was Oliver Stone born?
Yeah, I was going to say about Oliver Stone. There's on YouTube, they've got a load of like celebrities, high-profile people talking at Cambridge University, the Cambridge. I know it well. I studied there a long time ago. Not, but yeah, there's he does an address to the students, and it's really interesting. It's about an hour long, and I just find him a fascinating guy. He's very clever, very articulate, but he kind of knows his history, which I like. And he also talks a lot about stuff he saw in Vietnam that kind of scarred him mentally. And I think he's had his demons with, I think he maybe drug abuse and alcohol addiction. So he's lived a very colourful, fascinating life.
To be fair, if you served in Vietnam and seen what you've seen, it messed your head up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course it would. Yeah,
it would scar you for pretty much for life, wouldn't it? You know, all this stuff that happened over there and what it went through. Oh God, I'd be the same. I think it mess anybody's head up, wouldn't it? Really?
I got a feeling as a filmmaker, he wants to tell a message. You know, he's got
given the wrong question. Yeah. Given the wrong question.
Right. Okay. We'll move on to the next round. Okay. So we're going to do a theme on music now, films about music. And then after this, the 10 questions, we're going to just talk about films set around music and particular artists and musicians. So 10 questions. Good luck with this. Here we go. Question number 1. Excuse me. Question 1. Name the acclaimed British director who made the 2013 documentary Made of Stone. The film focuses on the reunion of an iconic British band, the Stone Roses. One of Dave's favourite bands,
Absolutely.
the Stone Roses, for the Manchester scene. But wanted to tell me the name of the filmmaker who directed Made of Stone, a 2013 documentary feature focusing on the Stone Roses. That's number one. Moving on to 2, music round. Name the American actor who won the Oscar in the category of Best Performance by an actor in a leading role for his portrayal of music icon Ray Charles. I do like Ray Charles, I've got to be honest. Don't feel I listened enough to him. But question 2, name the American actor who won the Academy Award in the category of Best Performance by an actor in a leading role for his portrayal of music icon Ray Charles. Number 3, we go to the UK and a very iconic figure. Nowhere Boy is a 2009 British film, and it chronicles the early life of which iconic British musician? One of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Number 3 again, Nowhere Boy, 2009 film, British film, explores the early life of which famous British musician? No clues. Number 4 is a slightly little bit more tricky. The film's called I Saw the Light. It's a 2015 biopic on country and western performer and songwriter Hank Williams. But name the British actor who portrays Hank Williams in this film. Number 4 again. Round 4. I'm losing track. Round 4. One more round to go. But I Saw the Light is a 2015 biopic on country singer-songwriter Hank Williams. But who plays Williams in the film? I want you to tell me the name of the British actor. I wouldn't know this one at all. I know the actor, but not seen the film. Number 5, halfway through the round. This is a little bit more up to date. I'll just have a quick swig of water. Question 5. Name the acclaimed film about a heavy metal drummer's life, which is thrown into freefall when he begins to lose his hearing. Riz Ahmed plays the drummer in question and was recently nominated for a BAFTA and Academy Award. Didn't win the award, but a very good up-and-coming actor, been around a few years, Riz Ahmed. But he's in a new film, acclaimed. It's about a heavy metal drummer's life when it's thrown into freefall, when he begins to lose his hearing. Riz Ahmed, the main actor. Have you seen this film at all or know about it?
Wasn't Riz Ahmed, wasn't he in Only Fools? Wouldn't he play Gary in Only Fools and Horses? Is that him?
No, I think he's too young. I don't know. Not that I'm aware. I don't know. Yeah, Riz Ahmed. He's a British actor. He's been in a few things. He was in a good Western called The Sisters Brothers. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a good little film. Number 6 now. Name the 2020 Pixar animation which won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. It's about a jazz musician who lands the gig of a lifetime, but suddenly finds himself trapped in a strange land between Earth and the afterlife. Brilliant film, this one. But number 6, 2020 Pixar animation, which won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It's about a jazz musician landing the gig of his lifetime, but suddenly falls trapped in a strange land between Earth and the afterlife. Number 7, going back to your decade, your favorite decade, isn't it? The 90s. Bit nostalgic, I'm getting now. Name the 1998 comedy which stars Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. It's about Robbie, a singer, and Julia, a waitress, who are engaged, but to the wrong people. Fortune intervenes for them to discover each other. So I'm looking for the name of a film, the title. It's a 1998 release, and it's a comedy. It's Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore. One's a singer called Robbie, the other's a waitress called Julia, and they all of a sudden get together in the end and fall madly in love. Happens to us all, doesn't it? Number 8, couple more left. 8, name the 2015 musical biopic about the NWA as they emerge from the streets of Los Angeles and go on to revolutionize hip-hop culture. This is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
We're going to have to be careful talking about it because we're going to give away the answer, but good film, this one.
Yeah. Brilliant film.
Name the 2015 musical. This is number 8. It's a biopic about the NWA as they emerge from the streets of Los Angeles and go on to revolutionize hip-hop culture. Looking for the name of the film. Number 9, I'd say, is the hardest one of the round. Tricky question, this one. Number 9, name the acclaimed award-winning British Asian documentary filmmaker who made the documentary Amy, a film that uses archival footage and personal testimonies to present an intimate portrait of British musician, the late Amy Winehouse. Have you seen this docu on Amy Winehouse?
I think it's available on probably on Netflix or Prime or something.
It's been around, it's come out about 5-6 years ago, maybe longer. It's good film. But number 9, name the acclaimed British Asian documentary filmmaker who made the documentary film Amy. I think he did Senna as well. He's a good documentary filmmaker. And lastly, number 10, 2 answers to this question. So 2 points on offer, a point for each. Here's the final one, round 4. Robert De Niro learned to play which instrument for Martin Scorsese's 1977 musical, New York, New York? And for the bonus point, name the famous singer and actress who plays his love interest. So that's number 10. Oh, yeah, Riz Ahmed was Rogue One. I forgot he was in Rogue One. It's a Star Wars film, isn't it? Didn't know that one. Thanks, Jack. And lastly, 10 again. Robert De Niro learned to play which instrument for Martin Scorsese's 1977 musical drama, New York, New York? And for a bonus point, name the famous singer and actress who plays his love interest. So we're getting towards the end of tonight's quiz, the return. We're back, LA Cinema Film Quiz. How did everyone fare? Does anyone need any of these repeated again?
How did people get on?
Do you think that's a tricky round?
Depends on if you know your stuff. I mean, I probably would have got maybe 3 right of that. Maybe
you know your music though. You're quite music.
Not massively, but I would have got maybe 3. But
any predicted scores on the board? And if you need any repeating, as I always say, shout out which number and we can repeat them back for you. Before we go to the penultimate round in a minute, we're going to just have a little bit of a debate, a little discussion for a couple of minutes. Dave and I disagree on something, but we'll let you know in a minute. All guns blazing in a minute.
Yeah.
How did everyone get on?
Glasses thrown against the wall. TV behind me be gone, through out the window. I had to take it home.
Right. It's small. It's quite easy to carry. Everyone's gone a bit quiet. Okay, so what Dave and I was going to discuss is we've seen so many films, particularly Hollywood films, that take a band or a popular music artist and they do like a fictionalized interpretation. So, for example, you mentioned Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
On Freddie Mercury, obviously, and Queen. I'm not a fan of these films, to be honest, Dave. I know you're going to shoot me down.
It depends. I don't know. I think it all depends if you're like the band or the singer, I guess, if you're into them, and if you like them, you want to know more about them. It's good how they portray their lives and stuff, and how they got famous and what they did beforehand and all that kind of stuff. You know, I quite like Bohemian Rhapsody. You know, I thought it was a really, really good, well-made film. You know,
I agree with you. I think it is a good film, and I know they had production problems because I think the director was fired from it, Brian Singer, and I think they brought in Dexter Fletcher. I think finished it. But kind of my issue with these films is, yeah, there's good ones, there's bad ones, but I prefer to see an actual documentary on the artist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
like
The actual
as in,
real,
like interviews and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
yeah, like and the archive stuff. So
yeah,
if it's like a documentary on, I got to think of one. I like the Amy Winehouse one. You see like interviews with her dad, who was a manager, the boyfriend,
yeah,
how she got addicted to drugs and so on, and her addictions. I kind of like that rather than an actor playing that.
But going also on to the NWA one, of course,
Which we can't mention.
which we can't mention what it's called, but they'll probably know the answer anyway. Do you know what I mean? But it's good how they go back and film of how they made it, kind of thing. Especially on NWA, I love NWA. I grew up with them in the 80s. They come out in 88. Then Ice Cube left in 89 because of money issues. You know, he thought that Jerry Heller was having him over, and of course, if those who don't know, that Ice Cube wrote most of the tracks on the album.
Right.
I can't say the name because it give the answer away, but he wrote most of the tracks. And when you watch the film, it's pretty much how it all happened. You know,
I think one thing Hollywood is good at, and Bohemian Rhapsody is a good example, is they're good at recreating the locations like they would have been in the 80s. So they did a good job of like the Live Aid performance, you know, shot in Wembley or wherever they shot it. They're good at like locations, which you're into, and settings, getting the costumes right, you know, that kind of detail.
Yeah. I mean, I think it all comes down to who you're making a film on, I guess. And then you've really got to look into it to how to get it right. You know, it's no point choosing a location, go, oh, that'll do. You really got to set a stone on these things, haven't you, really? So when he filmed things like Bohemian Rhapsody, he had to create it so it was 100% perfect. So it matches up to, you know, the Live Aid 1986.
The authenticity.
Yeah. And that was the best show in 1986. It was the best show out of all the Live Aid stuff, because you had it in Philadelphia, Los Angeles, didn't you? And then
that's right, yeah, and London.
Philadelphia, or was it just Philadelphia and then London? Didn't have it in LA, don't think. So it was Philadelphia then and London.
Someone on here now.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to round 5. That was just
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this is going to be good. First time we've done pictures. Excuse me. What's everyone's take? Do they kind of side with me? Do they prefer music documentary, or do they prefer fictionalized interpretation? Be interested to hear your views. When you're doing that, getting your thinking caps on and see your views. We're going to go, what is the last round, Dave?
So the last round is picture round. And this one, I've been looking forward to this one. I chose this one myself, and this is called Before They Were Famous. So I'm going to show you 10 pictures of actors and actresses before they were famous. Now, when I show you the pictures, I don't know if they had because usually these actors or actresses have like TV performances when they're young.
Sure.
You know, that you get an agent and they would say, I got, do you know what I mean? But I don't really know kind of how they all started off. But I'll show you 10 pictures, and I want you to tell me who it is. So so this is picture number 1. This is an actor, and I want you to tell me the name of the actor. I'm going to hold that up. Who is this? I'll do it for another 5 seconds. Okay, so that's number 1. Picture number 2. This is an actress. So who is this? Would you have known?
When you showed me these the other night, I always said the clue is look in the the eyes, this kind of
Yeah.
yeah, that kind.
So that's picture number 2.
That for me sort of gave it away.
Picture number 3. Who is this?
Tricky, that one.
Yeah.
Any clues on these or no? No clues.
That one was probably more. I don't want to give it away because he's not massively movie.
No, not at all.
But he was in one of the biggest movies in the 80s.
And he's showbiz, and he
Yeah.
entertainment.
Entertainment, rather, yeah.
Sports entertainment.
Maybe a little bit more harder now. Who is this? Okay. And this is probably you probably get this one. I got this one straight away. You could tell by the eyes. So, who is this?
Yeah, the mouth gives it away a little bit as well, I think. Just the
facial features,
you know.
facial features alone, I think.
I don't think he'll go on to do much.
No,
not as good looking as a couple of men
7.
I know.
We have a young actress.
Jay's a regular on the quiz. He's
wow, looks the same but different at the same time.
He's I don't want to give too much away, but he's a big fan of this. The person who the job he does, or I don't want the job or the profession.
I find it hard enough to recognise my own flipping. I ain't got any kids, so don't bother me.
Well, the question is, do you want to recognise your kids? At certain moments, we don't want to. I felt that way doing the school run, picking them up today. I was like, oh, are they really my children? Please, take them away.
Picture number 8. Oh, sorry about that. Dropped it now. So this is an actress. Who is this? Put it in front of my face. You'll see my ugly mug. That's better. Looks better now.
I might whisk you off to the pub.
Yeah, it looks better now. I've looked like that.
Fancy a drink with me? Later?
I think I'm going to leave.
That was a little bit easier, that one.
So this is another actress. So I want you to tell me who this is. I'm leaving the best till last because I want to know if they get it or not. I have to leave it the best till last. So who is this one?
I wouldn't have a.
I'll put it in front of my face because it looks better.
I wouldn't have a clue who that was. I think that was the hardest one.
Okay. And this is my favourite one. Did you get this one when I showed you it?
I can't remember. Which one's this? Oh, I did. No, I didn't.
So this is the last one. Picture number 10. Yeah. See if you can guess who this is. I'll put it in front of me.
No idea. Before they were famous as the round.
That's it. Before they were famous.
10 photographs. 10 black and white photographs of stars before they made it in their showbiz careers. Tricky 10 they were. How did everyone fare on your pictures? First time we've done some images, which was nice. Does anyone want us to queue up any of the cards again?
What did you 8? 8 pictures or 10 pictures? Was it 8?
I can't remember. We're making a mess of this.
Last one was
Oh, okay.
I think it was 8 pictures, mate. Not was it 8? I can't remember. 10 now. I don't know.
Okay, so number 3.
It could be 8 pictures actually, not 10.
Okay.
2.
Somebody asking for the third one, Dave.
4, 5.
Jay
6,
enjoying this
7,
round.
8. What was the third one? I don't know what the third one was. I put them out of order. I just put them on the ground.
I'll tell you what, we're
making a right mess of it. So who was asking for number 3?
You can tell we've done this before, can't you, Dave?
No, it was this one has got to be number 3. That one, I think.
I think it was.
I should have marked some on the back, really. Susan, I think it was this one.
This was the one that Jay mentioned earlier on. He's a big fan of the profession he's in. We said entertainment, good entertainment.
Brilliant.
Brings back such fond memories.
Sorry, I must apologise. It was not 10 pictures, it was 8. So
8.
I messed up.
You can tell we're well versed in this. Our excuses.
I did 10.
Our excuses. We'd never done this as a duo. Maybe next week we'll go back to just being one. It might
Don't
be a
give
little
up on
bit
your day
easier.
job, Dave.
Okay, so in a minute we will go through the answers. We'll reveal all the answers, and we'll see how you all got on. Tot up your scores. Be interested to see who the.
I wonder how they got on the whole lot. I want to know the picture round more than anything. I want to know if they got on.
We'll be interested to see how everyone got on. But before we finish, we wanted to do a little bit of a topic, and we wanted to obviously get you engaged in it and see your opinions. Before we do that, Jack Mulvin. Jack is asking for picture number 1. What was picture number 1?
Picture number 1. Picture number 1. I got a picture number 1. I wish I marked them now because I can't bloody remember. That's picture number 1.
That was 1. Good looking man.
Very good looking man.
Yeah. But I wouldn't know this one was. Very tricky. So that was number 1. So yeah, before we reveal the answers, UK cinemas are finally going to reopen on the 17th of May. And Dave and I were having a little chat about the future of cinemas, and we're obviously big film fans, big cinema fans. A lot of our greatest memories in life is films we've seen in cinema. But I think we both agree that we kind of feel that way people consume films, consumer habits has changed so much.
Yeah.
And we kind of, sad to say, we kind of think that not that cinemas is going to die, it'll always exist, but we think streaming's obviously here to stay. But I just think youngsters now watch film in a different way to what we did. Do you reckon? Or
yeah. I just think cinema's dying pretty much. I don't think, obviously COVID hasn't helped, with this lockdown over the past year and a half. But, I think you go into the cinema now, I mean, I haven't been to cinema for ages. The last time I went to cinema, I saw Pet Sematary, the remake.
Well, we saw that together.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
And, it's like, how much is it for a ticket? Like 11 quid, 12 quid for a ticket?
Sometimes more than that, depending on...
And then you got your popcorn, which could be 4 quid. You've got chocolate bars, which are £5 million when you can buy them from Asda for £2.50. You've got a Coca-Cola, which is £6 million, and you can buy it for a bottle for £1 down the Co-op. They're making all this money. So you're talking like 20 quid, over 20 quid for a night out.
And if you've got kids, yeah, you're right. Here's a question for you then. Like, I've worked at a cinema, so I go to the cinema a lot because I had the perks and free tickets. But I was always going to the cinema. But you were like a cinema man. But why didn't you hardly go at all now? Why is that? What's put you off? I know you've got a massive 4K television.
I don't know. I think it's just having the time to go, really, because I work all my shifts and stuff, having time off to go. And I think I should be bothered to go, to be fairness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to go all the time. And I just think that films have kind of died off. I love my 80s films, I love my 90s films. And it's just like
not the same.
It's not the same anymore. It's not the same. It's just not everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pitch quality and sound quality is amazing in the cinema and etc. But when you can stream at home, you've got, I collect Blu-ray and 4K. It's just easier. And, I don't know. It's just my opinion, really.
I've got to be honest, before we move on to the answers, I'd be interested to see what everyone else says on here, audience tonight, if they'll be going back to the cinemas. But I was always a cinema man. I was like, and I could see why a lot of these big filmmakers like Chris Nolan, Kubrick, why they want their film shown, like it's got to be shown on a cinema screen and so on. But I found during the lockdown, I would have been anti watching the film on the television. But I think because I've become so used to just lying on my couch over there, watching a film, having a couple of gin and tonics, pausing it, can go to the loo.
Exactly.
And I've kind of I hate to say it, I've kind of enjoyed that experience.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I really want to go back to cinemas, and I will. But I think I've kind of got used to watching, and I kind of like the fact that I put on Amazon Prime or Netflix, and it's like, oh wow, I can see the David Fincher film on my TV set streaming now, rather than have to wait
it's too
3
easy.
months.
It's too easy. You can do it you can do it from your own home, and when the cinema when the film goes out to cinema, it comes out so quick on Blu-ray now.
Yeah.
You years ago, you'd have to wait. I remember going to cinema, and you have to wait. So the film would come out, then you have to wait 6 months before it came out on VHS, and then you had to wait another 6 months before you could buy it.
Yeah.
So look at that time, and now your film gets shown, like say the Bond film gets shown, that'll be out on 4K and after it's run.
And a friend of mine who you know well, we were chatting about how in like the 80s and 90s, like renting a video out on a Friday, Saturday night, you'd have a takeaway, a fish and chips or a curry. That was like a night, getting a VHS and getting it from the rental. It was kind of very cultural at the time.
Mine was for £1 a week. A man with a van used to come around on a Saturday, and you'd be £1. I rent the same film every week because I liked it so much, depending what you liked.
Yeah.
Go back old school now.
A couple of Jay is saying, I feel a lot of films are made for the home nowadays and won't work on the big screen.
Yeah.
Mr. Harlequin saying they love the trip to the cinema in between lockdowns, although they were the only ones there. Empty theatre is bliss. I do think cinemas are going to find it hard. I got to be honest. The studios aren't necessarily taking the risk on the content. They took the risk on Tenet and they didn't pay off. It's going to be a hard one. There's so many films.
It's all very well watching at home, but it doesn't make a good first date.
Does cinema make a good first date, though?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever taken a bird to the cinema on a first date. Take her out for a meal or somewhere. But I don't know. That'd be like the second date, I think. I don't think I'd choose a cinema. I don't know. It's all different now, I guess. Maybe you did. I don't know.
I had to, before we reveal the answers, I don't know if I want to talk about this because I'm a married man these days. Someone saying they enjoy Every Man Cinema, great night out, expensive night out.
Wasn't that the ABC cinemas up at Whiteheaders? The Every Man now, right there.
Yeah, quite a high end.
That's that Mr. Hardy. I saw Back to the Future in No, I didn't. Hang on. I saw Empire Strikes Back in 1980.
1980. That was before I was born, Dave. Showing your age. No, dates in cinemas. I remember going to see a film. It's the wife about. I remember seeing There Will Be Blood. Have you seen that film? The Dan Day-Lewis film? Quite a heavy film.
Possibly.
Rated it. It's supposed to be. It was rated as like the best film of the made this century, and it's about 2.5 hours. So I remember taking this girl. She was a bit older than me, and it was such an intense film. Very good film. And I remember thinking, I want to have a bit of nookie in the cinema, but I didn't want to miss the film because Dan Day-Lewis's performance was so captivating.
You can't have both.
Yeah, I know.
Don't care. Anyway, let's get on with it.
Yeah, I think we're waffling.
Yeah.
So the answers to the questions. So first of all, I hope everyone enjoyed tonight. I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed that we were both worried that we might be doing this with no audience whatsoever. So it's nice to see you all. It's nice to have a co-host as well, because I've been doing this for like weeks on my own in this room, and it's kind of felt a bit weird just talking to a screen. Here we go. What was round one then, Dave?
British films, I think, wasn't it? Where is it?
It was round one. Here's
okay, right. So round one was British film. So the number one question was, in which two cities are the film Trainspotting set? And for a bonus point, can you name the director? Well, the two cities were Edinburgh and Glasgow. And the director was Danny Boyle. Number two was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's a 1991 film directed by Kevin Reynolds and stars Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, and an excellent variety of actors and actresses. Can you name the medieval city where Locksley Castle is set? And for an extra point, can you name the actual castle? Well, the medieval city is Salisbury, so it's only down the road.
It's about an hour away.
It's
there
about an
from
hour away,
Bristol.
and it's called Old Wardour Castle. And I've been there.
I didn't know that at all.
Yep. And that's where they filmed. Yeah, that's where they filmed. It's the opening scene, isn't it? When he kills.
Oh, I can't remember.
He kills the king, doesn't he? And he hangs him up, and he fight this. Kevin Costner finds him hanging up on the thingy. Anyway, moving on to number 3. In which British film would you find Brian Glover playing chess against Rick Mayall? And can you tell me the name? Tell me who directed the movie? Well, the movie's called American Werewolf in London, and the director is John Landis. It's another location one I done.
Yeah.
Question number 4. Which British film has rivals with scooters and motorbikes? And name the famous seaside resort where the second half of the film takes place. So the name of the British film is Quadrophenia, starring Phil Daniels, who was featured on Parklife, on Blur's Parklife. And it was set in Brighton.
The Who did the music, didn't they?
Yeah.
Pete Townsend.
Yeah. Good film, bloody good film that is.
Never seen it. I need to see it.
Question number 5. In 1995, 3 men were shot dead in a Range Rover in Essex. Can you name the 2007 film that was made about the murder? And for an extra point, can you tell me the name of the director? So the name of the film is Rise of the Foot Soldier. And I'm not sure of how many people would have got this one. The name of the director is Julian Gilby.
Let us know if you got the director's name. I wouldn't know it at all. Hard question, that.
Number 6. Name the 2 main actors who starred in the British film Hot Fuzz. And for an extra point, name both their character names. So it was Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And their character names were Sergeant Angel and Danny Butterman. Hope you're not planning on driving that. No. Have you seen it? Did you say you've seen it? You didn't like it?
Yeah, I saw the film years ago and I didn't like it at all.
Mate.
But then to make me laugh is probably hard at the best of times because I'm a miserable miserable bugger, as you know.
Right, okay, number 7. Snatch. No, I'm not going to swear this time. Snatch was a 2000 film directed by Guy Ritchie. Name the actor who plays Bricktop. And for an extra point, name the famous group which had the song in the film called Effing in the Bushes. The actor's name is Alan Ford. He played Bricktop. And of course, the famous band, which is one of my favourite bands, is Oasis. Oh, no, when he got that right. Number 8. Name the 2009 film which features a man who gets revenge on youths that killed his best friend in a subway. And for an extra point, can you name the British singer whose song was called End Credits, which was used in the film? So the film was Harry Brown, starring the amazing Michael Caine.
Good film, worth checking out if you've not seen it.
And the singer was a guy called Ben Drew, and he actually stars in the film as well.
He went under there. Is that Plan B?
Plan B, that's it. Yeah, Plan B. Number 9. A Clockwork Orange is a 1971 film. Can you tell me why it was banned in the UK after its cinema run? And for an extra point, can you tell me the actor's name who plays Alex in this film? So basically what happened is Clockwork Orange had its run and then Stanley Kubrick banned it himself because he had death threats. And that was over the killings of the Tramp, because he did it was influenced on something else on it, so he banned the film himself. So even though Clockwork Orange had its run in the cinema and it was granted an 18, Kubrick banned it himself until
it came out after his death, didn't it? About 1999.
Yeah, and then the family gave it the all clear and they released it again. And Alex was played by Malcolm McDowell. It's Malcolm McDowell. Going last one, question number 10. Radio On is a 1979 film about a man who travels from London to which famous UK city to investigate his brother's death. For an extra point, name the director of this film. Well, they travel to our hometown, which is Bristol. And the name of the director is Christopher Petit. Is it Petit?
Christopher Petit, I think.
Christopher Petit, yeah. Christopher Petit, sorry.
Apparently he's a novelist as well. So
how many?
How did everyone fare for the first round? What was your scores for British cinema? There was obviously bonus points Most of the questions carried some bonus points on them. Tally up your scores. Let us know how you got on. Some good questions. I like the Radio On. That is a film
And how well they done.
I do like.
I'm interested to see how well they done on.
There's some tricky questions in there. We should know a lot about British cinema, shouldn't we? Like, being British, we should, I guess, know about our own cinema. A lot of them quite contemporary films. Not many oldies, not many black and whites. 10.
Oh, wow. Okay, 10. So Harlequin's only 13.
Only. Not bad at all.
Jack,
Very good.
7.5.
Some good
Susan's
scores.
got 10. Okay, that's not too bad, is it?
Mr. Harlequin doing particularly well. Was he cheating by any chance? Good on his British cinema. Amanda's a good fountain of knowledge with a cinema, the big cinema buff. Shirley did well with it. 8. Got some good scores there, Dave. Good round. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for the answers for 2. Do you want us to play back the clips or not play them back and just read the answers? What would you like? Honestly, don't mind. Round 2 was the audio excerpts.
Oscar acceptance speeches, wasn't it?
There were some tricky ones in there.
I would have probably only got like 1 or 2, like I said. A clue.
Cheating, how dare you? Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I want you to come back next week and play the quiz next week, so I wouldn't offend you, Rich. Okay, I'll just read out the answers, I think, for this one. Okay, clip number 1. The clue was, name the American director finally and deservedly winning his first Oscar. Well, he won it for The Departed. It was Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese was number 1 clip, the excerpt. Number 2, the clue was a US actor winning Best Actor Oscar for his performance in Save the Tiger way back in 1974. It was Jack Lemmon, the great Jack Lemmon, accepting the award. I don't know that film particularly well. Save the Tiger. I know a lot of you like your 70s films, but I don't know that one at all. Okay. The third one was name the US actress winning an Oscar in a lead role. This one was a little bit easier. It was Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, answer 3. Number 4, the clue was the honorary Oscar from 1972. He was British. It was Charlie Chaplin or Charles Chaplin accepting the award. Charlie Chaplin is your answer. Number 4. Number 5, another honorary Oscar for a Hollywood legend. Lauren Bacall. Humphrey Bogart was the giveaway. Of course, they were lovers. 2009 honorary Oscar, that was Lauren Bacall. Answer 5. 6 was dead easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Won an Oscar this year. Great Welsh actor. Comes across as a nice bloke, I always think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a drink with him in the pub, to be honest. Not that you'll ever want to have a drink with me, but Anthony Hopkins.
Let's eat some fava beans. And chuck him a bottle of Ice Chianti.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs he won for.
Bloody good film that is.
I haven't seen that for a long time. Jodie Foster, who crops up a bit later in the quiz. Number 7, the great master. It was the Japanese director Akira Kurosawa winning an honorary Oscar in 1990. That was hard. Bonus point if you can tell me what he said in the speech. Akira Kurosawa. Number 8, you mentioned, you said you had the hots for Julianne Moore.
Yeah, I like Julianne Moore.
We'll get ourselves into trouble. She's a very nice looking, talented lady. Julianne Moore, number 8. Number 9 was a tricky one, winning a Best Screenplay Oscar. It's Francis Ford Coppola's daughter. She's a good director. Sofia Coppola, winning for the screenplay for Lost in Translation, but you didn't need to tell me that. Sofia Coppola. And the last one, he seemed miserable when he won this award. Dustin Hoffman, winning for Rain Man. You didn't need to name the film. The year was 1989.
Oh, they look nervous to me.
Yeah.
Rather than annoyed. Yeah, I think. Don't know.
Looks a bit apprehensive to me, but I've heard he's quite difficult to work with. He had a reputation because he's method actor,
Yeah.
and they got to get into the role, and they take it all a little bit too seriously. But I don't know. He's Dustin Hoffman, and I'm not Dustin Hoffman, I guess. Anyway, how did everyone get on with round number 2? What were your scores? Knew the Japanese lessons would pay off.
Susan's got a 5.
Susan 5, not bad score. Any other scores?
We got a 5, 7 out of 10 for Jack. Mr. Harlan's got an 8. We go on 8. See, there, I would have, like I said, that would have been, quite difficult.
Yeah,
You've probably got Anthony Hopkins, definitely, but no, got to know your stuff, I suppose. There we are.
Over to Dave now. Round number 3. Oliver Stone.
Yeah, so this is round number 3. It's Oliver Stone movies. So question number 1. Which Oliver Stone film made media coverage in the 1990s, which led to a home video delay by Warner Brothers in the UK? And that was, of course, Natural Born Killers. Question number 2. How many IMDb directing credits has Oliver Stone got on his CV? And the answer is 33.
I can't believe he's made that many, to be honest. Been around a long time, I guess.
Question number 3. Which Oliver Stone film features a Vietnam recruit that gets caught up in a battle of wills between 2 sergeants, one good and one evil? And it's, of course, Platoon. Question number 4. Name Oliver Stone's film that won an Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay in 1978. The answer was Midnight Express. Character name Ron Kovic is a paralyzed Vietnam anti-war and pro-human rights political activist in which Oliver Stone film? And the answer was Born on the 4th of July. Question number 6. Which year was Oliver Stone born? And the answer was 1946. Question number 7. Oliver Stone was meant to direct a film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who was going to play a lead role of Patrick Bateman. DiCaprio rejected the role to make The Beach, and Stone also left the project. What was the name of this 2000 film? And it was American Psycho.
I never knew that at all. Didn't know that.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Played the lead role, didn't he? Need to watch it. Good film. Number 8. Oliver Stone is fluent in which widely spoken Latin language? And the answer is French. Question number 9. Name the screenplay that Oliver Stone wrote for the famous 1983 movie directed by Brian De Palma. And that was, of course, Scarface. And question number 10, the last one. Oliver Stone has a cameo in as a television announcer in which of his films starring Al Pacino and Dennis Quaid? And the answer is Any Given Sunday.
It's an American football film, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it when it came out. Don't know if that was the late 90s.
How did you get on with the Oliver Stone round?
Chatting about Oliver Stone. We've said how much we do like his films. Made some good films, been around a long, long time. I like one he did. Have you ever seen Salvador? One of his early ones with James Woods.
Yeah, James Woods, yeah.
I thought that was a good film. Did another one I like called Talk Radio that I thought was a good film.
Susan's got a 6 on that one.
Suzanne, the first one with a score. 6 for round number 4.
Jack has got a 4 out of 10.
How did everyone else fare on your Oliver Stone films? There's a few films we missed out there. Films he's done like Wall Street. He did a sequel to Wall Street as well. I think it's called Money Talks. What else has he done? JFK.
Mr. Harlequin's got an 8. Is that an 8 or I need my glasses? I haven't got my glasses.
It is an 8.
It is an 8. I'm not trying to cheat you.
Red Bull, Dave. You need to stop drinking that Red Bull. Favorite story about Hoffman is when he was going for a long run. The Marathon Man thing, yeah. Have you ever tried acting, dear boy? Yeah, indeed. Okay, so the next round was round number 4. Yeah, Larry Olivier, Marathon Man, The Dentist Chair. Haven't seen that film in a long time. So round 4 was the music round. We go on musical for round number 4, 10 questions. Shane Meadows is the director of the Made in Stone documentary. Made of Stone, on one of Dave's favourite bands, Stone Roses. Shane Meadows, talented British name. Number 2, name the American actor who won the Academy Award in the category of Best Performance for Ray. Portrayal of Ray Charles. It was Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx answered number 2. Number 3, it was John Lennon. Nowhere Boy, the British film from 2009. It was John Lennon. Number 4, who's the actor who plays Hank Williams in I Saw the Light? It's Tom Hiddleston, the British actor, Tom Hiddleston. Number 5, the film I described is The Sound of Metal. Sound of Metal, answer number 5. Number 6, the Pixar animated film that won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature is Soul. Number 7, the answer is The Wedding Singer, the 1998 comedy film that I described. The Wedding Singer, answer number 7. Number 8, Dave mentioned it as a favourite musical biopic, The NWA, Straight Outta Compton, answer number 8. Number 9, tricky one, I got to pronounce this right. Documentary filmmaker that made Amy, made the film Senna as well. It's Asif Kapadia. Asif Kapadia. Hope I pronounced that right. And Robert De Niro learned to play the saxophone, was the instrument in New York. And his female co-star was the iconic singer and actress Liza Minnelli. 2 points on offer for the final one. How did everyone fare for round number 4? How did you get on? We went on musical tonight. How did everyone get on? What are your scores for round number 4? We come on to the penultimate round in just a minute. Dave's going to hand over for this one.
I'm going to have to, because I can't remember. I think I've jumbled them all up. So I'm going to have to do it again.
Oh, it's Mr. Harlequin saying, do we get half a point for the Compton bit? I'm going to have to sadly be a little bit stern and strict and say no, to be honest. It's got to be the full title, I'm afraid. Straight Outta Compton. Suzanne, a good score of 7. Jack, 2 below that with a 5. Jack Mulvern. Final round, Dave. We can't remember the order, can we?
I can't remember the order now. I wish I marked them now.
If only we had a playback. But we're live, aren't we?
But I think what I'm going to do, so I know this was number 1.
That was one.
That was one. So the picture round, so I thought it was 10, but it's actually 8. I thought it was 10 people, but it's not. I'm sorry about that, but it's actually 8. So this one, I asked you who this was. And James, this is, of course, Michael Douglas.
I wouldn't know. It doesn't look like him, does it, in fairness?
It's Michael Douglas. I'll put it in front of my face there. I think this was the second one.
It was.
So the second one, I asked you who this was. And this is, of course, this was Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts.
This is the one that Jay was intrigued by.
I got a blank moment. I can't remember his name.
I can.
Right, okay, so I asked who this famous person is. He's actually a sportsman.
Are they classed as sportsmen?
I guess so.
Sports entertainment?
Yeah.
I like it, I got to be honest. I was big into it.
And of course, he was in Rocky 3.
Suburban Commando.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Can you believe that? Hulk Hogan.
The Hulkster. What's it used to do? All the
That's Hulk Hogan.
Or the WWF, or WWE as it's now known, the World Wrestling
I
Federation.
think this was the next one. I'm hoping I'm getting this right. I'm hoping this is right. So, who was this? This little young lady. And this one was Sally Field.
Oscar winner Sally Field. That famous speech.
Can you believe it?
I wouldn't know that one. That's tricky.
Now this one's I think everybody's got this one.
That's the easiest one.
That's probably the easiest one out of the lot. And that's just this one here. And this was George Clooney.
Gorgeous George
Gorgeous
Clooney.
George Clooney.
Wonder what age.
I wonder how many
there.
people got these right.
I'd imagine you all got that one.
I can't remember which one. I'll put them up anyway, so I can't remember. So this one here, who can tell me who this is? Well, the answer is Jodie Foster. That's young Jodie Foster.
Started very young, didn't she? In Taxi Driver. Is it Freaky Friday?
Yeah, she was. I think she's about 14 in Taxi Driver.
Was she?
Yeah.
Good actress.
Got two more left. This one here, I'll put it in front of my face. Can anybody tell me who this was? And of course, the answer was, this is Jada Pinkett Smith. And I think she was starred in the 90s film Menace to Society.
Okay.
She was in that.
Will Smith's daughter, is that right?
No, she's married to him.
Oh, is she?
His wife.
God, I haven't got a clue of
And this is the last one. This is the best one of the lot. And I want to know. And did I say you got that one?
I don't think I got that one. No.
So, can you tell me who this cheeky chap is? He's the most famous actor in the world, and this is called Arnold Schwarzenegger. Would you believe it?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Before the Terminator, before the Commando.
So that's the end of the quiz. I'd love to know how many they got right on the picture round. I'll be really intrigued.
I think the Will Smith's wife is a hard one. Michael Douglas, I thought was quite tricky.
Yeah.
Some tricky ones in there. Anyone enjoy that? Maybe we could bring some pictures back for next week. I like the picture round. Thought that worked well, and I was surprised they worked well just holding them up to the camera.
Yeah,
so.
I thought they were going to be like the light would affect it or something, but didn't.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Jack, 2 more, but a 4, not tricky round.
Who got Arnold? Who got Arnold Schwarzenegger? Anybody get him?
I know Jay got Hulk Hogan. Anyone get the Hulkster? Mr. Real American himself. The WWF days. God, it's gone back a long time. Still on now, of course.
Yeah. People just tallied up their scores, aren't they?
So if you tally up your scores from
Dreadful only got 3. I'd go home if I hadn't already spent the last 18 months here. Love the picture round, Shirley says. She loved the picture round.
Well, Mr. Hollequin, you can go out of your home now. I think you are allowed to now. Or are we allowed to? I don't know. It sort of changes day by day, doesn't it? Month by month.
Well, next from week Monday, 17th, can all sit inside indoors in pubs and stuff. So cinemas will be back open and things.
Okay, so if you tally up your score, I can't find the keys, from rounds 1 to 5, let's see what the scores are tonight for the return of the LA Cinema Quiz. Let's see what the scores are. Be interested to see how you all fared for tonight. I don't know how many weeks break we had. I don't know when we last finished the quiz. Only seems like yesterday. You might be able to tell me. Hope you enjoyed tonight. That's kind of the main thing. It was all a bit of fun. It was new to Dave. It was new to me. We'd not done this before, two of us. Hope you like the change. 27.5 total for Jack Mulvin. Anyone else? We'll finish up in just a minute. We'll wish you all a good weekend, whatever you're up to. Hopefully the weather's going to be okay. Fingers crossed. Any other scores?
The pubs and stuff.
We've had 1 so far, 27.5.
Mr. Harlequin is 40 for himself and Amanda.
Good score.
Susan's got a 30.
Good night. Thanks both. Thank you kindly. Thanks, Suzanne. Good to see you back. Glad to see you taking part again. Thanks a lot for your support. Any more scores before we finish up? Any more scores? It's all gone quiet in the room.
People double checking, rechecking, double checking. If I miss one out, can I add another point on to bump it up?
Oh, which picture was that? Was that one or it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so 20 each for Mr. H and the okay.
That's pretty
Okay.
good.
So the penultimate question, I guess, is would you like to see us back next week to do the quiz again?
No, the question is, would you just want to see James on his own and not me? That's the question.
You might get an honest answer now.
Probably will.
Yeah. You'll get probably more of an honest answer from this lot than a politician, but we won't go down that route because you never get an honest answer from a politician. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. And if we do come back next week, what would you like to see in terms of rounds? Any suggestions, please?
Yeah, it's just we're putting them on our list to do, won't we?
Yeah, and we'll try and get them on for next week.
Yeah, anything you want, just pop it on, type it on the screen, and we'll jot them down.
Thanks a lot, Suzanne.
Thanks, Susan.
Any suggestions, let us know. We'll say cheerio in just a minute. Ready for Saturday. The weekend looms. Are you going to have a drink tonight or?
No, fortunately, I got to work tomorrow. Working all day.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Thanks for taking part.
Thank you.
Regular from the past days. Hopefully we can get the numbers up as well over the next few weeks.
For days so we can count to 10. Honestly thought I printed 10 pictures out. That was my only one thing to do, and I messed it up.
What grade did you get in maths, Dave?
Exactly, terrible.
I got a D in maths.
My only job was to go a 10-question round. Now it's not difficult, is it? And I do an 8. Apologise. It's terrible.
Right, so we'll slate this. We'll be back next week, same time. It'll be same place. Oh, where has it gone? For more of the LA Cinema Film Quiz. Tune in next week, and we'll hopefully see you next week. Can't even see me. 8:30, same time, same place on our YouTube channels. Good night from...
Thank you. Cheers, girls and boys.
Good night from me. Good night, Dave. Good night,
Good night,
James. Good night. See you next week.
Bye.
I actually recommend